Republican Senator Ron Johnson, chairman of the Homeland Security Committee. So, Senator, this proposal is being questioned by both sides of the aisle. Both sides have objections to it, but Ms. Pelosi appears to think it's a partisan thing if you raise an objection. Let me start with this. Do you believe this proposal by the president asking you for authority to fight this war actually demonstrates any kind of a commitment to win?
Well, that's certainly my concern. And Megyn, we're not going to play politics with this. This is deadly serious. We're talking about an authorization for the use of the finest among us to try and keep this nation safe. It's really the last step in the process, though, the authorization. The first step is we have to recognize reality. I'm not sure President Obama is doing that yet. But the first thing President Obama really has to do is he's got to lay out exactly what the goal is. He's got to define.
Degrade and defeat ISIL.
What does he mean by defeat? I got degrade. What does he mean by defeat? I mean, kill every last one of them? Is he talking about containment? Kind of, as we're being briefed, I'm concerned that all he's really talking about is containment over a long period of time. And Megyn, I don't think we can really toy with ISIS over a long period of time. I think we need to take them out.
What do you think about the restriction on ground troops that has been placed in this authorization? It says it would ban any, quote, enduring offensive ground combat operations. That's now under criticism for making, basically making us fight this war with one hand tied behind our back, is what the critics say.
Yeah, well, I think he did that so he could get some Democratic support. And listen, I'd like to have a strong bipartisan support for a well-laid-out strategy to achieve the goal that, again, President Obama first has to lay out. So, again, this is a process. You have to hold hearings, find out exactly what President Obama means by defeat. Then he's got to lay out a strategy to accomplish that goal. Then we'll talk about what kind of authorization he needs to implement that strategy.
What about the fact that this thing is time limited? It's got a sunset provision that says this is just an authorization for me to do what I need to do for the next 3 years. That's under criticism, saying this is just going to make Congress fight this out every 3 years.
It's concerning. You know, when President Obama announced the surge in Afghanistan, and then in the same speech he said, and we're going to come home in 2 years, I mean, you pretty well made it very difficult to succeed, because who's going to support U.S. troops when they realize the Taliban will be flooding back into their towns and villages in just a couple of years? So,
well, it's not saying we're going to be out in 3 years, though. It's saying you got to go back to Congress and get a new authorization. Why is that a bad thing?
It is not the full commitment. If we're going to authorize the finest among us to defend this nation, we need to make sure that the president is 100% committed to the achievement of whatever that goal is that he defines.
Senator Johnson, good to see you, sir.
Have a good night.
Joining me now.